Perhaps you just proposed marriage to your partner, or maybe you recently accepted the proposal, and things appear to be going swimmingly until the topic of a prenuptial agreement, also known as a premarital or antenuptial agreement, comes up. This will be a major problem because while your partner insists it is a good idea, you have many concerns. The question about prenups is not if you should get one. Rather, it's would you rather have an agreement that you and your fiancé both carefully considered and agreed to, or one that gets decided for you? If you did not sign a prenuptial agreement before getting married and get divorced in the future, a family law judge or the laws of your state will determine how your assets are divided, and there's not much that you can do about it. Let's face the facts. Nearly 50% of all marriages end in divorce. That's a scary number. Whether you are thinking about getting engaged or already planning the wedding, the thought of divorce can be daunting. It doesn't have to be, though. Getting a prenup can help put your mind at ease. We like to call it marriage insurance for that exact reason. Many people believe a prenuptial agreement or prenup is a bad idea because it implies they are planning on divorce at the same time they're planning a wedding. But the truth is, a prenuptial agreement protects both spouses financially in case of divorce, disability, or death. Here we answer some common questions about prenuptial agreements. When one party entering a marriage wants a prenup and the other does not, it could indicate deeper issues that could ultimately be a reason for calling off the wedding altogether. If that is not the outcome you want, then there are some things for you to consider. With a prenup, you can save eons of time, money, and sanity if you end up separating. Not only that, but without a prenup, your state law will apply, and you probably won't like that outcome. Plus, prenups are an effective tool for communication. So along with protecting your assets, you get the added benefit of aligning future life and financial expectations with your fiancé. What is a prenup? A prenuptial agreement, aka prenup, is a legally binding contract that outlines how matters should be handled in the event of a divorce. A prenup provides specific instructions on how all assets and debts should be divided if the couple separates. You can also use a prenup to determine the ownership of inheritances and gifts. Not only does a prenup cover financial topics, but you may even include personal topics, such as confidentiality clauses and sometimes even infidelity clauses, depending on your state. Court time and attorney work. The survey above says that it takes an average of 12 months to resolve one contested issue in a divorce. If that contested issue was property division or even spousal support, you could have easily cut that time down by having a prenup. Remember, when you create a prenup, you are typically outlining the ownership of different properties in the event of a divorce. In other words, who gets the house may already be an issue that you decided in your prenup with your honey long before you got a divorce. As you can see, there will be no fighting over the house if you have a prenup, thus saving you time. A prenup is money well spent if you ask us. A prenup may save you money. Along the same lines as losing time, you will also likely lose money. According to another NOLO survey, the average cost of a divorce in California was $12,500 to $15,300. On the other hand, Forbes found that the average divorce cost is much higher, between $15,000 and $20,000. This cost is derived from attorney's fees, and as you may know, attorneys bill their hours at a very high rate. The average family law attorney cost is somewhere between $100 and $400 per hour. But these rates can go as high as $1,000 per hour, depending on things like the attorney's experience and location. Think about it. When do attorneys bill hours? When they are doing anything for your case. You see where we're going with this. The more disputes you may have, such as property division, the more billable hours your attorney will have. On the flip side, the fewer disputes you have, the less time your attorney will spend on your case. Then what's the best way to have fewer disputes? Having a prenup. Remember, A prenup covers what happens to certain assets and may also cover spousal support. If these issues are already decided for you, then there is no need to fight over them in a divorce proceeding. Less fighting means fewer attorney's fees, which in turn means less money you have to spend. Losing your sanity is a much less tangible outcome than the others, but it exists nonetheless. Divorce is the second most stressful event, next to the death of a spouse, that a person can experience in modern society, according to this Life Change Index scale. The longer the divorce drags out, the more you will have to endure this stress. A prenup can help with that. When you have a prenup, it not only makes the whole divorce process cheaper and faster, but it also helps keep your sanity in check as much as humanly possible. The less time and money you spend, the more sanity you will keep. It's simple math. Do you remember this iconic pop culture moment when Nicole Kidman had just finalized her divorce from Tom Cruise and was caught by the paparazzi walking out of her attorney's office? As you can see in the picture, it speaks to the relief one can get from a divorce finally being over with. If one party wants there to be a prenuptial contract going into a marriage and the other one does not, it may be indicative of deeper issues. If it is truly such an important element before the marriage, it may even be grounds for calling a marriage off. If your soon-to-be spouse refuses to sign a prenup, then the one who does not want it may also decide to call the engagement off. It is of the utmost importance that you and your future spouse are on the same page about these matters, if it is important to you. Many people find that speaking with an attorney is a good way to learn more about the prenuptial agreement process and what it might mean for your marriage. Reasons someone might avoid a prenuptial contract. Someone may not want to sign a prenup if they have significantly fewer assets than the other spouse. They may not want to lose the ability to try again with some of those assets or wealth in the event of divorce. By signing a prenup, a party that does not work would then have little or no earning potential while signing away their rights to potential marital assets. Other people view it more personally and get offended and believe that the prenup is a sign of lack of trust. It may be an issue to them that they are having to deal with this before they are getting married and plan for a wedding, which is supposed to be a happy occasion. Is there any way to cancel a prenup? There are certain specific ways to set a prenup aside in the event of a divorce. Someone could attack the circumstances surrounding the negotiation of the prenup. They would try to claim that it was not valid because it was not entered into voluntarily, or they were under the duress or not of sound mind. A prenuptial contract may also be unconscionable and unenforceable if the disputing party did not have legal counsel at the time. Assets in a divorce after a refused prenup. If one party refuses to sign a prenup and the parties still get divorced, then the standard laws regarding alimony and equitable distribution would be applicable. Premarital assets would also be exempt from equitable distribution, so long as it can be proven that they were individually owned before the divorce took place. Even if parties do not execute a prenup, it is always wise to hold on to documents evidencing what someone had coming into the marriage, so in the event of a divorce, they could show what would be considered premarital. Your future spouse does not want to sign a prenup. Many things could happen. It may be wise for you to get in touch with an attorney. A dedicated lawyer could help you fully understand the potential results of these contracts and how to discuss them with your partner. Who doesn't want to create their own rules for their property, while also saving time, money, and sanity? A prenup can help you accomplish all of those things, and it's reversible. Share your thoughts with us in the comments section. Be sure to subscribe and give the video a thumbs up.